Aloha from Hawaii. This is Ryan Fratzke. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Some of you may know I'm in Hawaii right now, Oahu to be specific, and I'm here with Anna and our 2-year-old daughter. And we were woken up by something pretty scary the other day. You may have seen it in the news, I don't know, but this is what I saw on my phone right here, this emergency alert. And it reads, "Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter." This is not a drill. This is not a drill. So that happened at about 8 o'clock in the morning. We were still sleeping. The alarm started going off on both mine and Anna's phone. And she said, "What is that?" I said, "I don't know." I got up and I looked at the phone and I read that out loud to her. And she thought I was messing with her. I said, "I'm not kidding. That's legitimately what it says." And I don't know if you saw on CNN later in the day, there were some headlines saying, like, "Am I going to die in Hawaii?" And for the first time in my life, not only did I think that I could die, but I believed that I was going to die. And, lots of things start running through your head at that point. But Anna and I just decided to get Liana and go downstairs to the lobby and see if there was any sort of plan. And we started walking towards the door of the hotel. There was a member of the staff standing there, and I said, "Well, what's the plan? What are we doing?" And they said, "Well, there really isn't a plan. You can't leave the hotel. I mean, you could leave, but there's not really anywhere better for you to go." And my first question was, "Well, do you guys have a basement or any sort of, plan in place?" And to be honest, she said no. And it kind of became clear that there was no plan. And so Anna and I decided, well, we've heard it takes about 15 minutes for a missile from the moment you get sort of that warning. It takes about 15 minutes for it to hit. And we said, if this is going to be our last 15 minutes, then we want to be together as a family. And we went back up to our room and we prayed and we just started calling family to let them know that we loved them. And that is a horrible feeling. But the one thing that I went back to and the one thing that brought me comfort was that, number one, I was there with them. So, that was going to be the last 2 people I saw. That would make me pretty happy. And the second thing was we had such a great day the day before, hanging out on the beach and watching fireworks and getting dinner. And I said, well, had a great last day. I'm with the 2 people that I love the most. Let's pray for the best and just kind of see what happens. And so as kind of time went on, different things started to stack up that made it seem like maybe that this was not real, right? We noticed the sirens weren't playing out, on the island, right? So sirens should be playing. We were flipping through the TV, and CNN and Fox News, they weren't talking about it at all. Local stations were still playing basketball games. And I called my brother James, who was back in California, and I just had him start surfing Twitter and different websites to see if anything, was being mentioned. And as it turns out, I guess someone in the emergency room in Hawaii pressed the wrong button and sent out this emergency message that said it was not a drill on accident. And it took about actually 38 to 40 minutes for the Hawaiian government to send out another message on our phones saying that this was a false alarm. And then they announced it on the loudspeaker here at the hotel. But for 15 minutes, we thought we were going to die. And for about 40 minutes, we were still a little unsure. And so I think this brings up a couple of really interesting thoughts. Number one, just value the time that you have with family and loved ones. Don't let yourself get into arguments with people. Don't let yourself, hold grudges with people. Value the time with the people that you love. And the second thought here, or the second kind of lesson, trying to look at this as something that we can learn from, is, you should have some sort of emergency plan in place. I think too often we rely on the system, the government or some company is going to take care of us. They're going to have some sort of plan and we'll all be all right. As we were in the lobby, I saw legitimate fear in people's faces. I heard stories of people running off the beach, running out of their cars to find shelter. But we should have a plan as individuals and as families, to find shelter right away, call the ones that you love, and just really sort of know what you would do if you had 15 minutes left. And those are my two takeaways. So number one, just enjoy the people that you love. Don't let yourself get into arguments. If you haven't talked to someone in a while because you're holding a grudge, give them a call and just have a conversation. And then number two, just have a plan, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be, a survivalist and that, there's something extravagant that needs to happen. It could be as simple as just find the closest shelter, call the ones you love, be with the ones that you love, and just kind of pray for the best. So, obviously our nerves are still a little bit raw. I couldn't really sleep last night. It was very difficult. But with that being said, everything looks a little bit better and a little bit easier when you thought you were going to die the day before. So there's the silver lining. It's going to be pretty hard to get me angry from here on out because I legitimately thought that could be it. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you call a loved one. I hope you come up with a plan. And we'll see you soon. Stay curious.